Ah, yes, members of the Toronto Maple Leafs dressed, as you might expect, in Blue Jays threads just after their impressive win over the Seattle Mariners in Game 7. Well, you saw Vladdy come in to the game yesterday, and he was wearing Austin Matthews' jersey, number 34. They returned the favor. Very pleased to welcome you inside Real Sports Bar and Grill. Welcome to Unsportsmanlike content, and welcome to Shane Doan. Shane, thanks so much for being here. How are you?
I'm doing great. I'm doing really good. Thanks so much for having me on. We love what you guys are doing. It's
well,
so fun.
I appreciate it, and I know you guys are all busy, so we'll get right to it. There's lots to discuss, but maybe on that theme, you and I were chatting today just about the Blue Jays side of things, Shane, and that is we see the tears in Vladdy's eyes. We see what it has meant to him, and the makeup of that Toronto Blue Jays team. I wonder, you, as special advisor to Brad Treliving and somebody who's been a part of so many great teams internationally and played with the very best that the game has had to offer, I wonder where you come out on that philosophically about the team that the Blue Jays are doing, the roles that those players play, and how you want to try and steal some of that so that your players understand the big scope.
Well, I think that's absolutely amazing. I loved watching it and seeing his emotion, and the fact that emotion comes from, I think, connectivity of the group. And when you're with guys that you care that much about, that's what draws that emotion out. And to watch those guys celebrating and talking about how much they cared for each other, that's the biggest question, as you and I talked about. Is it the closeness of the group that provides the win, or is it the win that brings the closeness? And it goes both ways, and I hope our guys watched it. I know after talking to everybody, they were all talking about it and loving it.
They're embracing it. Which you want, don't you?
100%. I think we're as big a fans of the city of Toronto and of the sports here in Toronto as anybody. And I mean, obviously, growing up a Blue Jays fan, it's always more special.
Were you a big baseball guy?
I
grew up out west, but the Blue Jays, they're Canada's team.
One of my favorite things is Jesse Barfield sent me a video a few years back. I got to meet his son Josh, and I'd mentioned that Jesse Barfield was my favorite Blue Jay. Him and Kelly Gruber, I love those two. And he sent me a video saying that it's cool to hear that you're a fan. It was one of those things that I think I've showed everyone that I know. I'm a huge Blue Jays fan, and to see what they did, and it's just their manager and the way that he's kind of just, I don't know. It's amazing to watch him handle the group. It's so fascinating.
He's kind of that everyday guy, isn't he? And yet, when you think about cultures within a locker room or a clubhouse, he's that type of skip that kind of appeals to every culture because of his realness. And you've got one in your room.
Oh, yeah. And I think it's that authenticity of him just being genuine about his approach to the bullpen, about his approach to someone having success, someone making a mistake, something going wrong, something going right. He doesn't hide from it. He comes out, and as a team, I think that just draws up the reality of what you get to do and the privilege of playing a sport.
I know Craig Berube and his coaching staff had a chance to kind of go in there and see what John Schneider was all about and meet some and kind of see behind the scenes a little bit. But I want to ask you about your experience and where you finally got it, where the light bulb went off about like true team. Because you played on a lot of teams from, when you're a little guy to junior to the pros, and then you get into that international scene. And I wonder where you started to kind of figure it out as far as what it was going to take culture-wise to be a great team. And you mentioned it could be organic or winning comes first or what have you, but where for you did it all make sense?
For me, I got a chance to win in 2003 the World Championships. That was incredible. I got to be part of the World Cup team that played here in Toronto.
Sure.
Mario Lemieux was our captain, which it was kind of the two teams. So in 2004, we win the World Cup here in Toronto. We don't trail for a minute in the entire tournament. That team, I am still in awe of all of the guys on the team, and that I got to be on it is pretty unbelievable. And then 2 years later, we play at the Olympics with a very similar team minus Mario. And it was fascinating to see how the culture of the team was different, because Mario was our leader. We all knew our roles. We loved the roles that each one of us had. And there was a fascinating acceptance in that and just excitement to do your job, to do your I was a fourth line guy that just tried to provide some energy. I got to play with Joe Thornton and Chris Draper, and we got to on a checking line, and we were so excited to do that. Joe Thornton is on a checking line, and he accepted that and was amazing at it. And then the following at the Olympics, we didn't have Mario there, and we had such incredible players. But I think as a whole, each player was trying to kind of fill that role. And so when you have a vacuum without the roles being filled, and you look at what Vladdy's doing and how he's kind of the face of it, but everyone else is doing the roles, I think it's amazing, and I think that's so important for a team, and I think that's Chief's strength, and that's what he does, and I think Tree sees that, and that's one of his strengths is seeing people and recognizing authenticity and getting close to them and understanding what they need and people around them, and I'm excited.
You were the C a long time, and you've got a fantastic captain in this city. What makes a great captain?
Well, it's going to sound repetitive, but it's authenticity. It's being yourself. I think Austin is just an unbelievable player and an unbelievable person. I enjoy him so much, and he had a chance to watch what John did for a number of years and see John do such a great job of just being who John was, and then the ability to pass it on to Austin was so incredible. And I think he's going to go down as one of the best captains ever, and I'm really excited about it.
That is wonderful to hear as we take a look at some of his success here this year. What are you noticing about a team? I guess it's so early, and it's funny, you talked to, as I did this morning, to guys in and around New Jersey, the Devils, and they're like, they've won 4 in a row. It's early. Everybody's quick to say it's early. They don't want to take too much success, but when it's not maybe going your way, it's early. So what are you noticing about your group that you really like right now about the way it's going? Because I know there's been, as with every team, a couple of hiccups early on, and you still got to shake the rust, and you still got to get to mid-season form at some point. But what have you liked about the way your group is going and maybe trending?
Well, you know what? I think to a man, we probably wouldn't say that we've really found the groove that we're looking for, but at the same time, we're getting points. We're finding ways to win games, get points in games, and we're just we're getting better in small areas. I like the way we're really not giving up much 5-on-5. Obviously, we want to score a little bit more, but we're not giving that much up 5-on-5. And that's, if you want to win in this league, you got to figure out a way to play in those situations. And if you want to win in the playoffs, you have to have that. And yet, we're still finding ways to win. And no one thinks that we're, again, going at 100% right now, but we're getting closer and closer.
And when you do have, every team has turnover every year, but I wonder now about the identity and maybe the makeup of your team, about what you like it as. And I know it's, again, because it's early, you're still trying to carve out your identity and who you are, but with what you have right now, and it's a long road, what do you see maybe your identity or I think I know what your culture is, but what is your identity? And well,
I think our identity is going to be that we're good 5-on-5. We don't give you very much. We're willing to keep it simple and play the game the whole 60 minutes. We're not going to be opening it up too much for opportunities to really run and score a ton of goals, but at the same time, we're not going to give you very much. And our back end is built that way. Our goaltending is really good. And I think that we got a group of forwards that are going to really start to gel. I think it's been interesting. You lose lots, and that has an impact on all 4 lines, because you're kind of adjusting guys around. We kind of had it set up the way we thought we wanted it to, and now you got to adjust a few things. But I'm really excited about the fact that we're starting to come together 5-on-5 in our own zone and really try to get a handle on that.
Anthony Stolarz, I think, it's a hot button topic right now, just given the fact that, teams have been physical in and around him, I think we could say. But I love how engaged he is because of it. Like, watching his play, forget about whether or not he's throwing the net off the more, forget about all that. The saves have been sensational. He has been so locked in, maybe because of it, but maybe because he's a veteran guy or what have you. But boy, he is playing some great hockey between those pipes of late.
He's been amazing for us.
Maybe you're most consistent. I don't know if that's
fair
enough,
100%. Yeah. If you talk to the guys 100%, like, we recognize that a lot of the reasons we've gotten points is because of our goaltending, and that makes it huge. And the way that he's been able to just be such a steady force back there and a calming force. And obviously nobody likes it when your goalie gets bumped.
No.
And particularly your goalie. And I love his compete and his passion, and it breeds through the whole team, and I think that's huge. And the way that he's just kind of been, he steadily does it and keeps going. I'm excited to see what he can do this year, and we're all looking forward to it.
Your Arizona ties. I want to, if you could, share with us a little bit about your relationship with Matthew Nyes and how that came to be, and just kind of the impact that you've had on him, or at least tried to have on him, and maybe just that dynamic between the two of you.
I got to know his family really when he was young. Well, his brother Philip, and then obviously his mom and dad, and Maddie and my son played together on the same team, a lot of times on the same line, and I got to watch him grow up as a young man. And my son and him were probably early. They were a little smaller than most of the kids on their team. So
were they really?
They were. They both were They were the smallest two boys on our team at about 11 and 12, and they really learned to play the game the right way, both of them. And then they both kind of grew after that. And but what Maddie's done, and watching him develop, when he was 15, he went away to go play junior hockey in Tri-Cities, and they were excited to have him come play on the team, and he left. And there was a lot of holes kind of in his game at that time, and he got there and he played, I think, a game or two and got about 6 or 7 shifts and came home. And when he came back, first thing he did is come up to the coach and I and talk to us and be like, I got so much that I got to be better at. I got to improve in all these areas. I got to work harder. I got to do all this stuff. And to his credit, it was like an instant change, and it didn't go away. It stuck. And I mean, he turned himself, not that he wasn't a great player already, but he became, I think, one of the best kids in the U.S. at 15 and 16, and then obviously what he's doing now just shows how incredible he's become.
What can he become, Shane?
Well, I always joke with him, 6'3", 230, travels to every single rink. Your hands don't always come, your legs might always come, but that frame comes everywhere. And if he figures out how to really use that frame, he's going to be an absolute menace. He's going to be hard to deal with for a long, long time. And he has the ability to change the game so many ways. I'm really looking forward to him maturing and coming into that, because he's still so young. He's just getting to the understanding of what he's capable of doing.
You mentioned your son Josh just a moment ago. It's kind of cool because after this game, we get set here for 2 games against the Sabres.
Yeah.
You wear 2 hats here, proud dad and hockey executive for the Leafs. So I know you're always keeping tabs, and I'm sure you're talking to him on a regular basis, but seeing him and now proximity, you're very close to him as well. But what can you tell us about Josh that maybe we need to know about ahead of 2 games against the Sabres?
You know what? He's loving being in Buffalo. He finds it. The guys, he loves the guys. It's funny, when he got traded, he obviously it was his first time ever being traded. He was a little emotional.
Was he? How'd he take that?
He was excited because Kevin Adams called him and Mr. Pagula called him, and they made him feel so important.
Good to be wanted.
They wanted him, and that made him feel really good, but it was hard leaving his family and his guys. And 2 weeks later, he thinks he has the best teammates in the world. He loves every one of his guys, and he's a kid that loves to play hockey and does a good job of being a team guy.
And he's great in commercials too, isn't he? You're showing me.
Yeah.
Like he's a star now.
Oh, yeah. He's a Tim Hortons guy.
Yeah.
He's selling Tim Hortons.
That is wonderful. Maybe a little bit about your role, if you could, because I got you for just a couple more minutes, if that's okay. But I wanted to know the relationship that you have with Brad Treliving. That goes back to your time, I believe, in Arizona. I don't know how much prior to that, but when he was an AGM in Arizona, you were playing. Just maybe how, from that point to where you are today, and why you believed in what he's doing enough to want to come here.
Well, I think the most impressive thing about Tree is that he builds relationships with everybody. And as a player and as somebody that was playing underneath him and Don Maloney, I got to know Tree. I got to know him in a real way, and he has the ability to see people and connect to them and make them feel valuable. And I think that's so important. And if you're going to build anything that's worthwhile, that has to kind of be the cornerstone. And the way that he did it in Arizona was great. And then he went to Calgary. And to watch his ex-players talk to him or text him or call him or want to be around him, and yet he's not a yes man. He's not a like rah, tell you everything's great. If you're having a bad stretch, he'll be honest with you. And he's somebody that I don't really think I was planning on ever leaving Arizona. I was going to stay there. Yeah. But when Tree called and I was like, you know what, this is a unique opportunity with Matty Nyes and Austin there and Tree, and I thought it was a great opportunity. But it was really because Tree called me. If Tree doesn't ask, it's not going. I'm not going to leave.
That authenticity creates some loyalty too, doesn't it?
It goes back to the very beginning of what we're talking about. The Blue Jays have, and I think Tree has the ability to find the people to build that here with that authenticity and that character and that togetherness and that unity. And he values it. He values it in his coaching staff. He values it in his players and his support staff. And that's really what gets me probably the most excited, because that's so important to me too.
I know you don't believe in swearing. My co-host Brad May said, ask him about some of the words he would say. You guys overlap for about 3 years, but it's true. He said to me, no, the reason why he doesn't, you told him it's a lack of discipline and an intellectual approach. Well, you still feel that way. You may be swearing at me here off air, but for bringing it up. But
that's he did hear me swear probably once a year.
Did he? He said something about fuddle dud or something on the bench.
No, I use fudge quite a bit.
Okay.
Fudge was the word that I used. Matt Green, one time we were playing in LA, and I said it, and he spun around and looked at Keith Yandel, and him and Keith are pretty good friends, and he's like, did he just say fudge? I said, Jans laughed. He said, you got to wait to hear some of the other ones. So, you know what? For me, it's one of those things. When I get mad, it's a conscious choice to not do it. And
I love it.
So that's, I try not to.
I love it. Put you on the spot with that. Thanks for that. Hey, listen, we're going to get into some sound that we heard from some of the players today. As you can imagine, there was a lot of Blue Jay talk, but a lot of kind of what we talked about off the top. Taking that energy, some of that focus. And actually, before we let you go, we've got this little tradition that we've started. Everybody that comes on this show has signed this oversized hat. And then we're going to auction that off. And we'd love it if you could put some ink on there for us.
There we go.
Thank you kindly. And then at the end of the year, we'll auction that off for charity. But, just the boys this morning talking a little bit about that energy from the Jays. And hopefully the entire group feels it tonight against the Devils. Shane, thanks so much for coming by. Really appreciate it. I know it's not easy, especially so close to puck drop. Appreciate the time.
Oh, no, hey, I think this is great. I love the people kind of getting to see kind of what's going on behind the scenes, because I know I want to see it too.
Awesome. He is Shane Doan, special advisor to the general manager, Brad Treliving, with the Toronto Maple Leafs. Now we'll pivot and we'll have a listen from some of the players this morning talking about the Blue Jays and what it might mean for their group.
The enthusiasm can rub off.
I can. I just think, guys are watching and just the emotion of the game, just the team camaraderie that, when you watch the Blue Jays, they're a very tight group. It's very visible. Like when I watch the Blue Jays and, I've watched them pretty closely, obviously, throughout the playoffs and a little bit before and stuff, and I had the opportunity to meet the manager and coaches and some players. Like I said, they're a very tight-knit group. I think they're, I watch their guy, Vladdy, closely. Like I watch how he interacts with all the guys and how much energy he brings all the time and happiness for his teammates and when they do something well. And he's got a lot of energy and a lot of positive vibe around him, which a lot of them do, but he's their main guy, and he brings that, and I think the whole team feeds off it.
Can you describe your reaction when Springer made contact there?
I was at home on my couch. Obviously, having the game today was tough. I would have loved to be there, but had to get ready for tonight. But I think I hit the ceiling, so it was pretty cool.
What's it like to see Vladdy walking in with Austin jersey?
It's great. Yeah, it's awesome. I think like I said earlier, we're a sports town, right? And we all support each other. And I think everyone in here is rooting for the Jays right now, obviously. So it's I'm sure it's the same thing when they're coming to our games. But for him to show some love and respect to Austin is obviously well deserved on Tom's perspective. But it's great to see from Vladdy. I mean, you see his interviews and how emotional he got, what this city means to him. It's great to see, and I'm so happy for him and his entire team, and really cheering him on now in the World Series.
How much do you feel like you guys are feeding off it or drawing motivation from it?
Yeah, I mean, it's cool to see the city, how crazy it was after that home run and after the win, and just amazing to see the support that they're getting.
Could take us through your night last night as you were no doubt glued to the TV. What was it like?
Yeah, I think a lot of people in Canada have probably had a similar night last night, watching our Jays move on to the World Series, first time in, 30-something years. So that's great to see. Obviously, we were talking about it this morning. Everyone was happy for that group. And, it was cool to see Vladdy walking in there, too, with Austin Matthews' Leafs jersey on. And it just shows how tight-knit the city is and how close, not just, athletes with the fans and the whole city, not just the city, but the whole country. I guess Canada only has one MLB team. So it's pretty special to see that the amount of support that the Jays received, and, we're happy for them. But like Vladdy said, the job's not done for them, so they still got some work to do.
Okay, you just heard from a few members of the Toronto Maple Leafs ahead of their game tonight against the New Jersey Devils. You, of course, are watching Unsportsmanlike content across all Maple Leaf platforms. Thanks for tuning in, and a big thanks to Shane Doan, who stopped by ahead of tonight's game. Boy, that was great, and you could listen to Shane Doan forever, tell stories internationally, and, of course, just such an incredible career on the National Hockey League level. Some news and notes to pass you away. If you haven't heard by now, you are going to see Anthony Stolarz get the nod once again between the pipes for Toronto. That's a good sign. I just love the way he's battling and competing right in the teeth of the game as well. You just saw Steven Lorentz a moment ago, and he, of course, is going to draw back in. We'll hear from him in just a few more minutes as we had a chance to catch up with him ahead of puck drop when he arrived tonight. And you're going to see Max Domi once again on that top line. No surprise there. He has played with Matthews and Nyes in the past, and there's a real familiarity there. And there's no concern about how long does it take to get up to speed with those three. They know, and I remember this morning hearing from Max just talking about, what is it about playing with Austin that you like so much? And he looked back up at everybody and said, he's one of the best players in the world. Why wouldn't I? You don't lose it when it comes to playing with a guy like Austin Matthews. So that's so great to see. Calle Jarnkrok is going to draw in again for the Toronto Maple Leafs. And Easton Cowan, who is head coach today, just said he just needs a reset. Needs one game to kind of watch and see what's going on there. And with a young player, maybe no surprise at all that there's a benefit to him watching from up above. He certainly watched the first couple of games and kind of gained some knowledge there. So once again, he will be watching this one, but expect to see him draw back in soon. Of course, we do know that there's a back-to-back scenario Friday night in Buffalo against the Sabres, and then right back here on Saturday against Buffalo as well. So you wonder about where you'll see Caden Primo fit in that back-to-back situation as well. But it will be Anthony Stolarz tonight. So that's a good sign. We had a chance, as I mentioned a moment ago, to catch up a short time ago with Steven Lorentz. Have a look. How are you?
Good. How are you doing?
Nice to see you. I see you have the Kirk.
We got Kirk.
I like it.
Yeah.
Well, what were you doing when you were watching that game last night? Because I'm sure that must have given you and your entire team a little bit of a jolt, a little juice.
Yeah, it did. We were out for dinner, and then we had to race home so we could. We missed just the first inning or so, but we didn't really miss a whole lot. But yeah, we watched the whole game right till the end. We kind of made it to bed, and we were watching on the TV in there. So in that seventh inning there, when Springer gave the boys some life, it was. I made a little bit of noise. I made a comment on that earlier today. I almost woke my wife up, but no, it was pretty cool. It's great to see.
I love that you guys are all coming in with the Blue Jays jerseys, and you saw Vladdy come in with the Matthews jersey the other night. What does that do? There's an obvious connection between the two teams, but I just wonder how you guys are kind of feeding off their success and maybe even getting a little extra energy yourselves.
That's it. It's like that bond of the city and the closeness of the fans. That I think it goes hand in hand with the Blue Jays and the Leafs, right? So the support that they get, we're happy to see for them, and I know we get that same support when it comes to playoff time for us. So you can feel the buzz around the city, and we're super happy for those guys, and we hope they can bring it home.
Should probably ask you a little bit about hockey. You got a game against the New Jersey Devils
right.
tonight, but as you get back into that center position tonight with Yarncroke and Robertson, I just wanted to see how you're feeling since you've come back. How do you feel about your game and what you're trying to do tonight as a trio?
Yeah, I feel good. I felt comfortable coming into camp. I feel like I'm at kind of the top of my game, and I still got some more to give. So I feel very good, very comfortable in the center position. I started off my career there, and through the stretch of the few years that I've been around, I've been able to go in spot duty and fill in. So it's a position I'm comfortable playing. It's not like it's just brand new to me, so I'm excited for the challenge at task tonight.
Awesome. Looking forward to it. Thanks for stopping by.
Awesome. Thank
Good
you
to see
very
you.
much.
Take care.
Take care.
All right, good stuff there with Stevie Lorentz wearing the Alejandro Kirk jersey. How great is that, and how clutch has he been this postseason? And, of course, Friday, the World Series gets underway. The team will be in Buffalo, so very much looking forward to that. And we'll keep you posted on all those start times as far as the Leafs are concerned as well. But just so much buzz in this city going on right now. And it's not lost on former Leaf head coach Sheldon Keefe, now back behind the bench, as we all know, with the New Jersey Devils. But he was reminiscing this morning about what the Jays mean and what this city has meant, especially with the electricity in the air. So lots to get to throughout the course of the night. We'll have all kinds of post-game coverage tonight between the Leafs and the Devils. Very much looking forward to this one. Keep in mind, no matter what's been going on, you got to kind of have a little perspective. Leafs have picked up 5 of a possible 6 points in their last 3 games, so they're going. The Devils are rolling. They've won 4 straight. They're a team that feels as though there's a maturity to their game. And speaking with one of their assistant coaches today, he just said that's been the biggest difference. Sure, it's early, but they're noticing a little maturity within their group, and I think that's taking them out to a very good start so far. So you can catch tonight's game across all TSN, I should say on TSN 1050 and on TSN 4. That's where you'll watch this one tonight. And we have been on all of the Maple Leaf platforms, as we always will be, for unsportsmanlike content. We want to thank you for tuning in here. We'll have all kinds of content coming up, including a little sit-down as we started a segment on the plane ahead of each road trip. So we'll have that for you as we get set to take on the Sabres in Buffalo on Friday. So stay tuned for that. My name is Ryan Leslie. We appreciate you coming down and watching across these platforms on here at Real Sports Bar and Grill. We'll be right back here on Saturday as well. So enjoy the game tonight, everybody. It's the Leafs and Devils from the Scotiabank Center.